everybody, a warm welcome to Wisdom from North. I'm Jannike, and today I'm here with Toyni Fürstenau Johansen. Toyni is a coach, she's a speaker and a business mentor, and she assists and helps people and companies find their unique resources and their unique potential. Hello Toyni, welcome! How are you?
Thank you, Jannike, and thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
I'm very excited about having you on the show because you have such a powerful healing and transformational story. You used to be a marketing director in a big international pharmaceutical company. In 2004, an accident happened and everything shifted for you, and your entire view on life shifted, and today you teach people about the language of energy. And I want to say to you guys that in the fall I'm transforming the whole Wisdom from North, and Toyni is one of the speakers that will be on the new platform, and there she will teach people about the language of energy and really go into depth about that. So if you would like to follow this and get all the information and don't miss this, I advise you to sign up on my newsletter, which is the link below this video, or you can of course subscribe to this YouTube channel. But today we're going to speak about conscious leadership, being a leader in our own life and being a leader for many people as well, and what it means to be a leader for the future. But Toyni, so that people get to know you a little bit and understand this huge transformation that you had, would you like to share what happened in 2004 in the summer in that accident?
Yes, it was the 15th of August 2004, and what I at that time had read about in weekly newspapers happened to me. From being very alive, very healthy, to become a cripple within seconds, was done in this accident. And I got a whiplash injury, and it was going to take me 3 years to recover and heal from that injury. And as you said, I was working in a big international pharmaceutical company at that time, so it was very easy for me to seek assistance out in the regular healthcare system. And I did, because I knew a lot of doctors, knew a lot of specialists, but they couldn't help me. So I actually got worse. And the first year I was lying in my bed in a dark room, actually, because I was very sensitive to light. And I had pain in my back and in my head constantly. And I also remember I had this rollator beside my bed because it was hard for me to walk. So I like to say that, put it in this way, in a moment of great despair, because that was what I felt at that time. I came across a lady, and she was working with energy and energy medicine. So she gave me some treatments, and I felt that things became better. It was like I felt that something happened. And I got so inspired. I started to read about energy, and I could feel like my body was starting to heal. And I started to do energy exercises that my body could take at that time. Started to do breath work, and also started to yoga, and took a good look at my eating habits in order to see what energy did I feed my body with.
So I just have to ask, so you met this energy lady and she taught you about energy, and during 3 years you managed to heal completely by, being aware of the energy you put into your body and doing energy exercises?
Yes, correct. I became more and more aware of energy, and I became more and more aware that everything is energy. And Albert Einstein said that as early as the 19th century. He said that everything is energy. And I also remember that I learned his equation at school, where he said E equals mc in second. However, at that time in school, I didn't understand what it was. That I was able to understand and dive into when I was healing. So in order heal in order to get my life back again. I understood the principles of energy. I understood the different sources of energy, and I understood how I could fuel myself from the different sources of energy. And I believe that was the main reason why I healed. So,
and I can understand that this is a great passion for you today to teach other people about that, because it has changed your life and you didn't know about it. Like you said, we learned this in school. We do. It's like everything is energy. But what does that really mean? Does this mean that, you know, this is energy? Like, I'm not talking about the juice, but the glass. This is energy? And I felt that, you know, if we ask the teacher that, it would be like, yes, it is energy in a way. No, but it is energy. Like, everything is energy. Or like, what is it called? Your cuddle bear, you know, that you have in bed. At least I have one still. That's energy. So everything is sort of alive in a way.
yes.
Yeah.
And that's so correct, Jannica, what you're saying. Everything is energy. The things that we can hold and feel, the glass is energy, our feelings are energy, our thoughts are energy, our soul is energy, the sunset is energy, everything is energy. And that was what I had the ability to discover and learn when I was healing. So I really had the ability to dive into these different sources of energy. We can say we have the physical body, that's energy. Our emotions are energy. Our thoughts are energy. Our soul is energy, and the universal intelligence is energy. Like this, the sun is going up and the sun is going down. So all of this is energy, and when in my healing process, I had the ability to really dive into how can I fuel myself with these different sources of energy in order to heal. And I had a very deep and intense drive because I wanted to come back to my life again. So because of that very intense drive inside of a person, and I believe he has that when he's ill, at least I had, I managed to get insights and understanding that I wouldn't have had if I had not been ill. Because I wouldn't have needed to.
Right. And that's what I experience again and again, that people that I talk to, great teachers, they have gone through a lot. It seems like a lot of them have had their hearts crushed or met the wall or had accidents or just big depressions or something that really wakes them up. Because if we don't meet difficulties, it's like no use. Why should we, care about this? Because everything is flow, right? It is really when we meet the dark sides of life, difficulties, that we start asking questions as well. And like I talked to Katrina Aspås about this. I'm doing an interview with her. She wrote a book about the emotional revolution. That there's a saying, there's like this wisdom saying that says, if you ask for wisdom, you'll get difficulties. So if you want to just ride on a pink cloud, don't ask for wisdom. Because in the darkness and in difficulties, that's where you find the gifts, the true gifts. And it can sound really awful to hear because I don't look at this as a gift. Somebody just broke my heart, or I lost my job. I need money. Like, it doesn't seem like a gift. But it is these gifts in disguise, in a way. And I think the more we're going to talk about that now, leadership, the more we expand our consciousness, the more we actually see those perspectives. That's what I believe. The more you expand, the more you see that everything that happens to you is actually gifts from the universe, helping you, teaching you, providing you with what you need in order to grow. So let's dive a little bit into conscious leadership. What is that to you, being a conscious leader?
to be a conscious leader, you need to be aware. And what does that mean? You need to be able to observe your thoughts, your emotions, and your behavior. And the more aware you become, the more you're able to sense energy. And everything is energy, as we were talking about. And when we can sense energy, we can sense the words that were not said, for instance, in a conversation, but was just lying in the air. Or we can sense other people's emotions. Or we can sense danger. Or we can sense peace and harmony. So the more aware we are, the more we can sense this type of energy. And energy is information.
Yes, I saw you said that. I thought that was interesting. Energy is information. It was sort of like I hadn't thought about that before. Can you explain that a little bit?
Then we need to look at how do we define information?
Right.
Say we Google it and then we get the information. But what if that's a very narrow definition of information? What if everything is information? What if we are living in a society right now that is actually rewarding the mental information much more than the physical information or the emotional information or the soul information? And what if, when we are expanding our definition of information, we see that we can have information in our body? Our body talks to us all the time. We can have a lot of information within our feelings. And we can have a lot of information in our soul. Our soul is trying to talk to us. And we can have a lot of information from nature. For instance, when we grow our crops, now we can grow because the soil is good. So the more we open up and see the broader picture of information, the more we can understand that the more open I am in order to sense energy, the more information I can have.
Right, that makes sense. And of course, leaders need that. And so why is it so important that leaders are more conscious, that they actually raise their awareness? I mean, to me, it seems like an obvious question, no, or an obvious answer, but I just want to hear your perspective on it.
I agree with you. It's very obvious. However, it's not really that way. Still, it is obvious.
Yes.
And I like to compare consciousness with the Russian doll. You know, those dolls that have all these dolls in it.
Right.
And the doll farthest out is the doll that can hold space for all the other dolls inside. And the innermost doll is the doll that only can hold space for itself. And it's the same way with consciousness. So the leader that is the doll farthest out, he has responsibility for himself. In addition to this, he knows that he also holds space for all the other dolls. So he also needs to take responsibility for all of them, in addition to just himself. The innermost doll, he can often have more than enough with just holding space and take responsibility for just himself. And this is why it's so important for leaders to have evolved consciousness. Because the better leader, the greater leader you are, the more space you need to hold for things that are bigger than yourself. For instance, you are, and I believe that we are all leaders. I believe that either we lead an organization, many people lead organizations, but you're also a leader if you lead a football team.
Oh, you're breaking.
You're a leader in your own life. So all of us are leaders.
Yeah, you were just breaking up a little bit. So you were saying that all of us are leaders. It can be a leader of an organization or leader of a football team, or even like leader of a family. Like the mother is kind of often a leader.
Oh yeah, leader of a family is so important.
Right. Or just a leader in your own life. You know, me being single, I feel like I'm the leader in my life. You know, I have to lead it well. It's only me that can do that. So it's kind of like taking that responsibility. And it's I just love what you say about the leader being conscious, because the more you expand your awareness, the more, like you're saying, you can perceive other people's emotions, you can sense what they didn't say. Like these are skills that a leader need to sense their colleagues' emotions and feelings and what they really need in order to thrive, in order to empower them and help them do the best that they can in the company. And also you were saying that on your website on conscious leadership that we cannot do things faster. We cannot just, it's not about doing things faster. It's about doing it different now.
Yes, and I think that this is important because we are in a point now in evolution where we are waking up. And people become more and more conscious. We become more and more aware. We come to a point now where we start to ask the same questions within leadership. We need to, can we do this in a better way? This is because we cannot work faster now. We cannot work more now. We are already loaded as we are. So as a consequence of this pressure that is building from within, a pressure that we're all in, it's something new working its way through.
Something new is working its way through us?
It's working as the way through us, so we realize that we need to do something different. And I believe this is the point in the collective consciousness and that we are all in right now. And this happened when we got rid of slavery, or when we got equal pay for equal work, or when women got the right to vote. And I believe we are in the same point now in our evolution, where we need to do something different. We cannot do the same things and hope that we are going to get different results, but because we are not.
Yeah, like, was it Einstein that said that insanity is defined as doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result? Yeah. Or craziness, or what he called it. So you were talking about leading or management by fear versus management by love, and that in school you were taught about that expression, management by fear. And when are we going to learn about management by love? That's like not a definition in the workbook yet.
Right. And I remember I studied management back in the late 80s, early 90s, and we were introduced to the term management by fear. And I can see now management by fear, what is that? It's when the leader leads with his mental mind, with his mind, when he is not in his heart. And the culture is all about achievements. It's all about being awarded, and often because of what they do on their own career, not for the benefit of all. And this culture is actually weakening the energy in the company. So if we look at it in an energy perspective, this is not something that builds the energy in the company. So I'm very curious to know when the term management by love will appear in management books. Because management by love will be done in a totally different manner. In order to lead by management by love, we need to open our heart. And we need to, when we open our heart, we actually build energy in the family, in the football team, in the organization, or in ourselves. And now it has to do more with how much energy can we build, because the more energy we can build, the more we can produce. So the more energy we build in ourselves, then we can heal, as I experienced in my healing journey. And now when I'm healed, what am I going to do with the energy I produce? I can expand, I can evolve.
Do you mean like the more energy, like the amount of energy, or do you mean more like more energy is flowing through in a way, not being stuck? Or is it, yeah, so it's not like I need to gather more energy, or I guess I'm trying to look at this as a thing, which it is not.
And yes, more energy and also more natural flow of energy. Right. Because all of us have these different chakras within, and a chakra is nothing else than a spinning wheel of energy. And when that spinning wheel of energy has blockages in it, then it can be stuck. And then it's not very good for us. So we need to transform that and get the energy flowing. So the more we can get the energy flowing, the more energy that can come through us, and the more we can produce. And when that is said, the more inspired we become, the more energy is flowing through us. So when I work with leaders in companies today, before we were talking a lot about head counts. Today we are not that much concerned about head counts anymore. We are more concerned about how much energy or how inspired are these head counts. Because the more inspired these head counts are, the more they can produce. And this is why it's so important for a leader to be aware that he or she needs to build a culture that is built on trust, that the people feel it's safe to be who they really are, that they feel that they can be seen, that they feel that they can be heard, that they feel that they can be sincere. Because what is happening then is that the people are building energy, and the company is increasing their energy, and they can produce more, they can be more.
And then they probably attract more customers as well if they build energy.
Absolutely. Yeah. In the energetic principle, that's the way it's working.
Right. And like you said, when you manifest through the heart, it has such a much greater impact, because the heart field is 1,000 times stronger than the head field or the brain. I don't know, the exact numbers here, but the electromagnetic field from the heart is so much stronger than the brain.
And what you're saying, Jannik, is so good for us to be aware of, because when we are going to lead by our heart, we need to open our heart. And how do we open our heart? We need to feel, and we need to be empathic, and we need to be we need to care. We need to care for the people around us and for the environment. And we have heard about the power of the mind and our thoughts. We have heard about that. We have read books about that. That is good. And we also heard about the law of cause and effect. And this is good. We have practiced all this. But it's more, and that's the heart. And what I found so important about the heart now is that science can measure the energetic field. And as you were saying, the heart has 1,000 times stronger energetic field than the mind. So what happens when we link our heart with our brain, with our mind? and make those two vital organs in our body coherent, then we can open up to a new reality. And I believe this is the point actually in evolution that we are in right now. However, we need to dare, and we need to be curious, and we need to be more conscious and aware of how we can do this.
Yes.
Because it
is like the how, like people are saying, like, you know, how do I love myself? How do I open my heart? But I think intuitively we know, like you said, like simple things as caring, as asking people, how are you? You know, really caring about others, giving others attention, caring about the environment, and give love for the earth and be grateful. But I wanted to back up a little bit. You said that because the Skype was breaking up. When we link the mind to the heart, we have this coherence, and that's what HeartMath is talking about, HeartMath Institute, which I can really recommend that people will check out. Beautiful work. You can discover a whole new reality, you said. What do you mean by that, a whole new reality? Is it a different way of seeing things, or does actually things change in the way you perceive life? Will actually things change? Will it be a kind of a different reality? Or yeah, I'm just curious about what you meant there.
We will become more present. We will become more here now. We will become more involved in the present situation, not too much dwelling in history or in future. And we will be able to see and to care here now. And this again will lead to a deeper peace within us. So the more I open my heart, the more I can feel this deeper peace, this deeper harmony, this inside of everybody. However, we need to open up for it, so we can relax into it. And the more we relax into it, the more I relax into it, the more you can relax into it, the more the people around us can relax into it, and the more our society can relax into it.
Yeah,
because I know that you care for me. I know that you see me. I know that you see me as a soul, for who I really am, not for my clothes or for my makeup, but for who I really am. And I think this is the type of society that we are opening up for now. I think this is the type of society that we are actually longing for. And the more aware we become, the more we feel how much we really long for that type of society, how much we really long for that type of leaders, how much we really long for that type of environment and world to live in.
Yeah, I think that the more we actually expand our consciousness, the more these things just come, the more we're following our urge, our calling. Everything is linked. That's my experience. The more I open up, the more the calling gets, more clear and sharper and more powerful, and things come up as well, like difficult things, because because I'm going to let go of them. So it's a journey for the brave ones, but in a way, we're all on a hero's journey, I feel like. And we all need to be our own heroes in our own lives. Do the hero journey. There's not the hero out there. We're the heroes. You are the one you've been waiting for. It's you. And that's very powerful. So you had a practice. You were talking about when you get a thought, we should link it to the heart. Do you know which practice I'm talking about? Yes. I was thinking that if you could go through that, because that's a great tool for us to use.
So in order to open our heart, feelings of the heart is peace, harmony, love, thankfulness. So when we feel those kinds of feelings, we are in our heart. We are opening our heart. That's why it's so important to feel. And when we are linking that feeling of peace with a good thought, then we can link those two together and open up to the space of, or to this new reality of presence, awareness, here now.
Can you give an example? Let's say could it just be a random thought, or are you talking about more conscious thought?
And try this out, Janneke, because if you hold a negative thought, a thought of low vibration, for instance, she's not good enough, but I open my heart. But she's not good enough. I can't link those two. It's impossible. Because that thought of she's not good enough is a very low vibrant thought. So it's not resonating. It's not matching the vibration of my heart. So in order for me to be coherent, I need to see you as a soul, as if, wow, you're beautiful. I see you. And then link that with my heart. And then I'm opening up. And then I become coherent.
So you think that you put your awareness on the heart when you're thinking a great thought. Is that what we're saying? A high vibrating thought, like,
yes.
Oh, wow, my mom just makes the best dinners. Like, we're at vacation. So when I say that, I think about the heart and I feel it. Is that right?
Yes.
Think, feel. All right. I love that.
And what if we are just in the middle of turning ourselves kind of upside down? Because before we used to think and we were not able to open our heart. What if we are turning this around and now we are in a process of opening our heart and then we think?
Oh. Feel first, think.
Open our heart first and then think. Because then we will have we will have thoughts that are better for us. And not just better for me, but it's better for everybody.
Right. Still, I've heard, though, that the thought always comes before the emotion. Like, that's a rule. I'm not sure if it's true, but it's said that the thought comes first and then the emotion.
And what if we really can hold the presence of an open heart, and then the thoughts come? But then the good thoughts will be coming because I hold my heart open.
Right, but it was a thought that you were going to hold your heart open, right? So yeah, okay. I just had to.
So I think I hold my heart open, and then thoughts will come.
All right, Toyni. I just wanted to go back a little bit now in the end of the interview to the fact that we're all leaders in our own life. And that's a great passion of you, of your work to teach people this, how they are leaders in their own life, right?
Yes, today I work with people, and I work with people that want to know more, want to become more, want to inspire more, want to contribute more. And I often say, what if, it's like Gandhi says, what if you need to be the change that you would like to see in the world? Because I believe that all of us are empowered leaders. And I believe that we are in the evolution right now where each and one of us need to be that courageous to take the next step up and be the empowered leader that we actually are.
That's beautiful.
I think so too.
Taking the power back to ourselves, right? There's so much we could do. Not wait for, like I said, not wait for the solution to come, but actually be part of the solution. Wow, that's huge. I think that's the thing. Being part of the solution. Let's make it together, you know? Let's do it. We all need each other, and we all need each other to step up and do our soul's work, like our mission in life. Not just a few of us, but everybody stepping up to that. Well, thank you so much for this lovely conversation, Toyni. I can't wait for our collaboration for the whole new platform. I haven't told you guys so much about it, but more and more information will come out. I've been working behind the scenes a lot on my new platform, and everything I'm creating now is something completely new. It was a dream that came to me in March, and things started happening very fast, and I can't wait to tell you more. But in the meantime, I hope you subscribe to my channel and watch my videos. And remember to shine the light that you are. Bye-bye.